How about now? Can you hear me now? Can you put a one in the chat if you can hear me? Yes? Okay, great, 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 great. My apologies. I am study talking. I did not realize that you cannot hear my volume. So my apologies. Thank you for letting me know that you can hear me now. How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everybody. Yes, I was just talking about how the weather has been going up and down for where I live at. I'm not sure where you guys are from, but I normally get like colder weather, but we were starting to get like warmer weather, and then it just like dipped and started getting cold again. So, needless to say, I had to pull out a winter jacket, and I was not expecting to do that because I was starting to get a little spoiled because it was getting a little warmer. It was getting a little warmer, and now it's like, oh man, here we go. Here we go again with this weather, playing games, playing games. I'm just ready for it to be warm already. So I am on the East Coast. So we do get like the 4 seasons, but like, okay, winter needs to be done. It needs to be done already. Okay. I'm ready for the nice warm weather. And spring is usually my time of year anyway, because it's not too cold and it's not too hot. It's like just right. The only thing that I don't appreciate for the spring is when you have the flowers blooming and then like the allergies, like my allergies start to act up. That's the only downside to spring. But other than that, the weather be perfect for me. So, how's everybody today? How's everybody today? I hope that everybody is doing well. I appreciate you being here for my Sister Talk Sunday. So, waiting for my lovely co-host to come in. But in the meantime, we are going to get this party started. We are going to get this party started. I'm not sure who was able to join in with me on Friday. I did like a special live. It's a celebration and a thank you to all my supporters, to my viewers, to my subscribers, because I hit another milestone. And I just wanted to say thank you because I really, really appreciate you all. As without you, there is no TV's life. So, again, thank you all. Thank you all for your support. So, for my sister talk today, I was going to talk about like herbal remedies and like natural healing. I am big on using herbal remedies, okay? And they seem to help me and work a lot in different situations and different scenarios. So I just wanted to share a little bit about what I know about them and, just some of the benefits of them, okay? So for those that don't know, herbal remedies use like plants for like medicinal purposes. They're a long-standing tradition. There are a long-standing tradition with various herbs like chamomile, ginger, echinacea, that are used for their potential health benefits. Has anybody ever used like chamomile or ginger or echinacea? If you had, could you put a one in the chat? I'm just curious to see who has actually heard of these herbs and who's actually used them. If you have actually used these or actually heard of them, can you put a one in the chat for me? So chamomile, ginger, well, echinacea. Yeah, so like even though like we use like these herbs, I know I use them. Like you still like want to like consult with like your healthcare professional, just to make sure they don't interact with like medications and things like that. Because sometimes when you mix in like herbs with like medications, they tend to like have a reaction. So like a prime example, like my husband, he takes like specific medication, and he cannot take certain like herbs or vitamins because it will interact with that. But I do appreciate like the benefits of it. I do appreciate the benefits of like the natural herbs and remedies. So they said, so what are herbal remedies? So herbal remedies are also known as herbal medicines or botanical medicines. They involve using plants or plant parts like leaves, roots, flowers, etc. for their therapeutic properties. So these remedies can be used to treat various conditions from like common colds and infections to digestive issues and even mental health concerns. So herbal remedies are often part of an alternative or complementary healthcare approaches. So like traditional like Chinese medicines. So like these are available through various forms, like including like teas. So I am big on like herbal teas. Like I love to do like the chamomiles. I like to do like the green teas. I like to do like the lemon ginger teas because they seem to like work, and they really like boost my mood and my spirit or something. But overall I feel like they like help fight off a lot for me. Fight a lot for me because like I have a like high pressure job where it gets stressful, and doing these type of teas like definitely like calm it down a little bit. So like they have like the herbal teas, they have like the capsules, they have like the powders, the extracts, and fresh or dried plants, like herbal plants. Um, but it is important to note that the herbal remedies, um, they're not regulated by the FDA, so we're just gonna put that out there. But you do want to like check in before you start using certain things, right? But they said like the most commonly used herbs or echinacea. I love echinacea. Echinacea is very good, especially for like like colds and like fighting like the germs and stuff. Echinacea is very good. So it is used like to stimulate the immune system and to fight infections, particularly like colds and flus. That's what I was literally just saying. Like I do a lot of echinacea when I feel something coming on, or like I'm having this cold that I can't get rid of, then echinacea for me works very well. And I like to do it like in the form of teas, like echinacea tea, which seems to work very well in my case. And then ginger. So ginger is known for like its anti-nausea properties, right? So and it's used to treat like motion sickness, morning sickness. Like if you have digestive issues, it's good for that. So, like right in front of me, I get these what you call these ginger candies. Like they call them like gingins. The name of it's called gingems, but like they have all different types of it. This one is the mango, the orange or something. But I get them like the mangoes. I get like the different flavors, and they really good, and they help. Like if I feel like especially if I feel like I'm coming down with something, I'll do like the gingems. Or if I feel like my stomach is getting upset, I'll do like the gym, whatever. And also I like to get this too. Um, you know, the different like teas, like the ginger tea and stuff like that. So which I'm like actually like sipping on right now. So I wanna have me a little sip. Yeah. So yeah, so ginger is actually good for its anti-nausea properties. Then you have things like ginkgo biloba. right? Which is used to improve blood circulation and memory, and sometimes is used for what they call tinnitus. Like if you get like the ringing in the ears, it said use ginkgo biloba for that, right? So I know that people use like ginkgo biloba for like different things, but you have to like really really be careful about what you're using it for. Hi Eastad, thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in, Eastad. I appreciate you. Yes. But yeah, then they have like ginseng. So anybody ever heard of ginseng? Because I feel like ginseng has been around for a long, long time. Ginseng, um, and traditionally, um, is used to boost your energy. Like I love getting stuff for like ginseng tea and stuff like ginseng green teas. I do love to get things with ginseng in because it does have like boosting, like an energy boosting for me, and it like reduces fatigue. And it says actually improves like your cognitive function and stuff. I'm from the United States. Where are you from? Where are you guys from? Yes. So yeah, ginseng. I really, really like using ginseng. I do. I do. Um, and the next one they said that's commonly used is like, yeah, ginseng is good stuff, right? So you use that a lot, huh? You said, yeah, it has a lot. It has a lot of benefits. Okay, well, welcome from India. I appreciate you for being here. Yes, yes, I do. I do like getting things with ginseng, and like ginseng tea is like my favorite. I do like ginseng tea. Then they have like chamomile. Um, Chamomile is known for its calming and relaxing properties. It's often used to ease anxiety and promote sleep. I can surely attest to that. I can surely attest to that because when I'm feeling like super stressed or I'm like tired, I would just get me like a cup of chamomile tea, and it just like calms. It just calms me down. It relaxes me. Like I get in like real like chill mode. Like man, yeah, it's just something about chamomile. That's why I don't like recommend taking chamomile. Like if you're going to be like active like throughout the day and you need to keep shaking and moving and grooving and you got a lot to do, chamomile will just mellow you and chill you out to the point where you feel like you might want to like go take a nap or sit and put your feet up and don't do nothing. So that's a good benefit of chamomile. That's a good benefit of chamomile. It just, it just chills you out. It chills you out. It definitely relaxes you. Like unlike ginseng just give you that burst of energy. It helps with that fatigue. Yes. Yeah. And then they have another herb called St. John's wort. Now, I think I've only used that maybe a couple of times, but it's a mild like herb, but they say is used to treat like moderate depression. So when I use it, it's you don't know like a lot of the benefits. That's why I said be careful of when you're using certain herbs. Like make sure it's not like interactive with medications. But I've like used herbs that actually have like St. John's worts in it. But they say it's traditionally used in medicine, like if you have like moderate depression or something. So which is very interesting to know. Very interesting to know. Then you have things like aloe vera. Now, aloe vera comes in so many different forms. Like I actually have like a aloe vera plant, and like every now and then I'll take like a pinch off one of the leaves, and you'll get like the fresh aloe out of it, and it works in so many different ways. Like it's known for its soothing and healing properties. Like it's often used to like treat burns and cuts and like skin irritations and stuff. So I know that like if I get like a sunburn or something like that, I'll put like some aloe on it, like fresh aloe. It's definitely good for like your burns and your cuts and stuff. And I know a lot of people use it like when you get sunburn. Yeah, the aloe vera is really good for that. I know, like, even growing up as a child, like my grandma used to have a lot of like aloe plants, and like when we would get like her or get a cut or a scrape, she would take and break off her little aloe and put it on us and stuff. So I learned about aloe like as a young child. I really did early on, and then when I got older, I was like, I would love to have an aloe plant. But again, it comes in different forms. But you want to try to get it in its freshest natural state. They have it like in like the capsules. They have it. You might can get like aloe vera even in like a drink form, like a liquid. Yeah, but it's like when you start mixing a lot of stuff with aloe, you might not get it in this natural stuff. Hey, Serena, thank you for coming in. But yeah, when you start using aloe, sometimes you might not get the purest form or the most natural form of it, you know. So yeah, I recommend getting it in this more like natural state or a more potent form to get like the benefits of it. And they said like another good one, commonly used herb is like turmeric. Turmeric. I love turmeric as well. Hey, how are you?
I am good. I am good. Sorry, I'm late coming in, late joining you today.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Yeah, I've been just talking about a little bit of like some of the commonly used herbs and some of the traditional uses of it. So I done already went through like echinacea and ginger and ginkgo biloba and ginseng and chamomile, St. John's worts, and aloe vera. Do you want to add anything to that before I move on to my next one? Like
Wow,
any
yeah, that's a lot of good stuff. I actually just had a ginger drink while I was at this event today.
yeah.
Um yeah, yeah. And I love ginger. Echinacea, I know echinacea, what the beauty of it, like those um yeah, yeah, well we are talking about natural things and stuff that you can just get straight out the ground. A lot of that stuff be in our backyard. We don't even know it.
What?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like echinacea, I be seeing like echinacea flowers and stuff like
What?
that around sometimes. Sometime in a park. Yeah, like this stuff be right out here, easy access. But I
What?
always figure like, yep, yep. But I guess it's really learning how to use it, how to take it from the plant, the flower, or the root, and use it. Yeah,
Okay.
it is a yeah, but it's not that difficult.
Mhm.
It's just we so far removed from, what I mean, from that way of being. It seems like it's hard
Right.
and strange and
Right.
stuff. But yeah, even like the chamomile flowers and stuff, it literally would be like the flowers and the calming effects and stuff like that of it. You
Mhm.
know, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. You said a lot of great things. You
Yeah.
did all that already?
Huh? Yeah. Yeah. The echinacea that they were saying that it stimulates like the immune system and fights infections, like particularly like the colds and flu, which I love taking echinacea. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate the hearts. Thank you so much. Hello, Travis
Yeah.
Mills, coming in.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I personally love doing it, especially like my echinacea teas and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Um,
I use those a lot, like in the wintertime. I like to drink a lot of echinacea just to
okay.
boost my immune system.
Right. They said that's a
Mhm.
traditional use for it. Then the ginger is good for like the anti-nausea properties, like especially like if you have motion sickness or like morning sickness or digestive issues. And I was showing the audience how, hey, Alta Poker, thank you for coming in. I was showing like I like to get like these gems. They got them like in all different like flavors. And like if
Yes.
I feel like my stomach getting upset or like I feel like I got a cold or a little tickle in my throat, I'll just pop one of these Jim Jims. And
Yep.
they so tasty and they got like different flavors and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I know ginger, yeah, like I said, it's really good for like the stomach digestion and for colds and things. And yep, yep, the throat and stuff. I
yeah,
like to sip ginger tea, like even like before I sing sometimes.
yes. Yeah. Yeah, so I love me some ginger and like all types
Yeah.
of forms. And they was talking about the ginkgo, how that's for to improve like your blood circulation and your memory. Ginkgo's
Oh
good
yeah, I was about to say ginkgo good for brain function.
for brain function.
Yes. And you know what? So there's all right. Next to the girls' old school, there was these ginkgo trees, and you know, so ginkgo, you can spot ginkgo very easily because the leaves, they're like a fan. It's like they don't have a stem that goes up through the center. You know how like other leaves is like that stem that goes up through the center, and then the leaves. You know, ginkgo, it's just kind of fans out. They're really beautiful leaves, but
Oh wow,
they have these seeds. When you step on them, they stink. They smell really, really bad.
that's
But
what
I
it
used to
is.
see the Chinese people, right. Well, I ain't gonna say like the Chinese people. It was just like a couple of Chinese guys that used to be out there collecting the seeds,
Wow.
picking them up off the ground near the school, like you was seeing, like while the children was out playing. And I used to be like, what are they doing? You know what I mean? And but it was like, but I figured that maybe they take them and make tinctures, teas, or whatever. But
Mhm.
I was like, yeah,
Mhm.
ginkgo, that's some good stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Thank you for coming in. I see some names. I see we got somebody from Fred Bonjour. Yes, honey. I did like 3 years.
Hey,
3 years of
bonjour.
Bonjour from France.
Yeah.
Yes. Uh, welcome in, Raja Samal. Hello, hello. How are you? Hello. I see we got somebody in from India. Welcome in, welcome in. Yes. Haven't told Bonjour. I love that. And then I was talking about the ginseng as well, like how that boosts your energy, and reduces like fatigue, and even helps
Yeah.
improve your cognitive function. The
Yep.
ginseng,
Yep.
I can appreciate me some good ginseng, like get some ginseng, green tea, and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
It's very strong too.
very strong, very strong. Yeah, and then unlike like the chamomile, like that calms you down.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. Serena said lavender oil also has many different natural. Oh, good, good. Yeah, we got a
It
nurse in the house.
does.
So break it down for us, Serena.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
break it
I
down
used to
for us.
put lavender oil in the shea butter and then massage my girls with it to put them to sleep.
Okay, okay,
Yep, when
okay.
they were little. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And it would knock them right out.
I feel like that a lot of like my lotions, like my night lotions, that's supposed to like the calming, have lavender in it. They have
Yep.
lavender in it. Yep. Now that she put that in the chat. Yep.
Yeah.
I have noticed that it says lavender inside of it. Yep, yep.
Yep.
And it definitely calms me down. It definitely does.
Yeah.
And I was talking about the chamomile, like doing like the chamomile teas and stuff like that. Like when I
Yeah,
was,
have you ever had like a lavender tea?
I've never tried lavender tea.
Oh my God. It's like love in a bottle. You know
What?
what I'm saying? Like having like a lavender drink, drinking it had those same kind of effects, like where you just feel calm and just like, ah.
Wow. I've
It give
never
you
tried
that
lavender
woo-saw
tea.
feeling.
Wow. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
look for that. Yeah, I do like my lotions and like my sprays and stuff like that. 'Cause I definitely feel like that it calms me down and stuff. Just like chamomile, like I do it in the form like my chamomile teas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And about the like the aloe vera, like the healing properties in that, and how I'm so excited to have my aloe vera plant. And one day I took
Do
a
you ever
picture.
like take a piece of the plant and like put some on your skin?
I did not, but
Do
I took.
it. Yes, it's a great moisturizer.
Girl, I listen. I literally have to do that because I took a little of it off, and I was like so excited just to see the fresh aloe coming out of the plant. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
like because
Yep. Yep. I put it in my hair sometimes too.
really, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
So what is the benefit of putting it in your hair though?
I don't know, moisturizing, the same thing. Like I kind of use it as like a gel.
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
Because I know I
Yeah,
see it
but
there in different stuff, the different stuff in
yeah.
all kinds of forms. Whether you can ingest it or whether you're using it like for outer stuff. Like you always see something that says aloe in it. But I feel like the more you use aloe and you're mixing it with things, you're not getting it in this natural state or in this rarest form because there's so
Exactly.
many additives and stuff in it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because you probably getting like 2%.
2% of the aloe. Yeah, but they use that is the attention getter. Be like, oh, aloe vera, and they
Yes,
don't know how you got
yes.
aloe in it. Right, right. So that's why I'm
Yeah.
excited that I'm actually able to grow my own aloe plant. Because you know me, I ain't have a green thumb for a long time, but now
Uh-huh.
really feeling myself that I got how many plants? Like I think 7 plants now.
Yes,
That's
I love
wow,
it.
right? Like girl, whoop whoop. Yes. Um, so the next herb I wanted to talk about was turmeric. Turmeric, right?
Oh, yes, another good one.
Another good one, right?
Yeah,
And
so
it's
turmeric is a root, like ginger. Ginger is a root too,
right, right,
and
right.
ginseng, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They were saying that contains like picarum. That's part of like when you I see that like in pepper,
Uh-huh.
right? And it's like an antioxidant, and it has an anti-inflammatory compound, like
Yes.
often to reduce inflammation and pain.
In the body, exactly.
Right,
And
right.
so you gotta they said that to make it like activate or something, you have to use this turmeric with black pepper.
Really?
Yes. I didn't know that for a long time. I was
Wow.
putting turmeric on everything, right? Because I'm like, oh, it do this and it do that, anti-inflammatory. But they was like, you have to put it with the black pepper.
Cause
Yeah.
I have like the turmeric teas and I have like the turmeric powders and stuff. That's
Hmm.
because when I saw that it has like the curcumin in them, I'm like, that's a part of pepper.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so
Yeah.
do don't use the turmeric by itself. Mix it with something. Okay.
Yes.
I'm just wondering. I'm just a little worried about how that's going to work with like the teas, though. You know how you get like the tea bag with the turmeric
Right.
in it. It's like
Right.
to put pepper in there too. Like I don't know
I
about that.
it depends. So because sometimes, like I put cayenne pepper in my teas,
Okay.
especially like like if I'm trying to because like that'll increase circulation and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
so there's been times where I've made like the ginger tea and put cayenne pepper in there.
Mm, mm.
You know what I mean? To make it like super spicy and, to open up all the airways and stuff like that,
Ah.
knock the cold out.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But they say like just because something is natural doesn't mean it's like automatically safe. So like some herbs like do have side effects in
You
it
gotta
and
do
like
your research.
yep, interact with medications. Like so like be aware of that.
Mhm.
Like I was saying earlier, when I first started about like herbs, like I'm a big herb user and um I like the naturalness in it. I like the different benefits of it. But I was talking about how like your brother-in-law, like he was
Mhm.
you doing like these different multivitamins and different herbs, but when he started taking that specific medication, his doctor told him that he had to stay away from a lot of different stuff because it would interact with his medication. So he had to be
Right.
real careful and mindful of the herbs and stuff that you're actually taking, especially if you're taking like specific like medications and stuff that will interact and interfere with it.
Very
So
true.
so
Yeah.
definitely do your research before you start using like a lot of the natural herbal remedies and you're taking
Yeah.
like
And
medication.
exactly. And
Right.
also another thing, I think it's important to like not overdo these things because sometimes when people hear like, oh, okay, it does this, and then they be taking it like every day, 3, 4, 5 times a day and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you still have to spread it out. You know what I mean? And sometimes, especially if you really like, dig deep into it, some, it might be suggested or recommended to do it for like 1 week or something. Do it for 7 days. Stop. 7 days on, 7 days off. Type of stuff because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes just doing too much of something don't be good
Yeah.
either, what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
you want to make sure that you got a good pace, a good rhythm and stuff,
Right.
with these things as well, you
Right.
know. And
Right.
another thing that I think about like with herbs and stuff too, I think that is easier for these things to work in a clean body. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So it's like, you know what I mean? So
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It's more difficult for these things to, it's like if you're trying to, cleanse or clear out and stuff, but then you still like eating toxic foods and stuff. I think that it's like, they work well with a healthy diet as you know what I mean, in combination with the healthy diet. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Then,
Right.
then these things work better,
Right.
because like even like with echinacea and stuff like that,
Hmm.
you understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like how just yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, you're doing one thing, but then you still eating things that's still causing a problem that you're trying to help. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
you're not gonna feel good.
Right. 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 Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Um. Yeah, but they were saying like make sure that you do the quality and the purity of it, right? So
Mhm.
yeah, like so not all herbal products are created equal. So it's like important like to choose like reputable brands and like sources before you start using
Right.
different type of herbs. Because like I said, they not all
Mhm.
the same. Not you might not be getting exactly what you looking for or expecting. And it said like definitely follow like the recommended dosage instructions like
Mhm.
before you take it. Because like you were just saying, and like don't like overdo it or do too much. Because like doing it like in high doses sometimes can be very toxic for you. So especially if you're
Mhm.
not doing it like in the recommended dosages and stuff. Yeah. So that's
Right.
careful and mindful of too. But we were talking about like the turmeric, um, and they consider that like one of the most like powerful healing herbs.
Mm.
For healing herbs, turmeric is yes,
Okay.
yes, yeah, yep. And then they had another one, ashwagandha. I do like ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha. Yes.
That has like a myriad of benefits. Yes, I do. Like I like to do like the ashwagandha gummies. I do.
Okay. I drink ashwagandha tea.
Okay,
And I
so I
have
know.
like a tincture too.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. It's like a mood enhancer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I was going to buy the ashwagandha tea one time and I did not get it, but I do like the ashwagandha gummies. I do. I'm not sure how much ashwagandha is actually in them, but
Okay. Yeah. It'll be
yeah,
some in there. It might be more sugar than ashwagandha in a
right,
gummy.
right, right. Yeah. And it said ginger is also another powerful herb, right?
Yes.
Love me some good ginger. Love me some good ginger. I remember one time I actually went to the market and bought like the ginger root in this rare raw form. And I was like, I
Yeah.
came home and I was like literally like grinding it, and put it like, and made like some real steamy hot water and put like the fresh ginger in it and stuff.
Yes.
Oh, like ginger tea. I was like, ooh, I was feeling myself that time, child.
Uh-huh. Yes. I love some ginger tea.
I want it in this rawest, purest form, rawest, purest form.
Yes.
And like Tulsi, they consider that like a holy basil. It's very good for its medicinal purposes.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, they said it acts like a aptogen, adaptogen, adaptogen,
Yes.
adaptogen. Yeah. Adding and stress management and relaxation. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I always thought of what's that? I've used Tulsi too, for like for lung support or something, like like for during cold season and stuff like
Oh,
that
okay,
too.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay,
Yeah, I have like a Tulsi tea. And like a Tulsi tincture too that I take now and then.
okay. Yeah, they said it's
Yeah.
very good, like for like stress management, relaxation and stuff too. So that's
I didn't
good.
even know that it had nothing to do with stress and stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like when you start like researching different things, it's like, man, they got
Mhm.
benefits, and yeah, I use it for something totally different, not realizing that it can work for something else too. Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So they were saying like, does like the herbal remedies like really work?
Mhm.
They said like it had a lot of potential benefits, like the
Yeah.
turmeric and the ginger and the echinacea has shown promise in like certain areas such as like we said, reducing the inflammation, aiding in digestion, and like boosting your immune system. So those three
Mhm.
are really good for that. The turmeric, the ginger, and the echinacea are good for these different like healing properties. Like, so they always talk about the turmeric reducing the inflammation, like the ginger aiding in the digestion, and like
Mhm.
nation like boosting like your immune system.
Yes.
I love to use.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely love to use. Um, yeah. So they said like even like the ginseng is used in Chinese medicine. Like
Yeah.
um, they are really big on using that, as for medicinal purposes, and even like the ginkgo, like it's good for like the memory and the circulation. And it was, interesting when you were saying like you were in the park and seeing them like taking like the ginseng and out the plant and stuff like that. Because I was like,
Yeah.
I always knew that like one of them
The
plants had.
seeds. That's why he was collecting the seeds.
Right, right. I couldn't remember was it the ginkgo or was it like the ginseng, but I knew one of them had like a really really strong smell. Really had strong smell. But
Mm-hmm.
I like to do like in my tea and stuff. And what I didn't realize was that they say St. John's wort is used for like mild to moderate depression.
Wow.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
right, right.
Uh-huh. And I've seen that in the tea form too. St. John's
Um,
wort tea.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But they said so. What is the best natural healers when it comes
Mm.
to different herbs? Right? They
Mm-hmm.
say calendula is good.
Calendula.
Calendula, yes.
Calendula. I've seen that in like a seasoning. Like calendula seasoning.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that. Like, yep, something you sprinkle on your food.
What?
Calendula in a seasoning. Yes.
Wow. Oh,
Mhm.
wow. Interesting. Because they said that it's very good, like in the winter, like for like dry skin and stuff like that. Like if you have like a chronic concern, that's a way
Uh-huh.
that, yeah. That's
Wow.
interesting that you said you seen it for food.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, calendula.
Yeah, but they said that's a good natural healer. Like
Uh-huh.
chamomile is a good natural healer.
That's awesome. I didn't even know like that chamomile would be that high on the list.
Yeah.
But that's fantastic. That's
Yes.
good to know. Yeah. Because I'm like,
Uh,
I got some chamomile tea in the house. I
okay.
love it
Girl.
because like how calming it is. It definitely had on calming effects. You know what I'm saying? I think it's good to have like a cup of, chamomile tea in the evening.
Okay.
Like an hour before you go to bed.
Ah. Yes, yes. I definitely love to have a good tea, especially when like I said, when I come want to calm and relax. That's why I was like saying earlier in the chat that I don't recommend using it like when you try to move and shake and groove because it's going to definitely mellow you out.
Exactly. Exactly.
But it's a good natural healer. Even echinacea, of course, that's like a very good one. Echinacea is a good natural healer. A
Yeah,
good,
I think that's one of the really one of the best ones.
yeah, yeah,
Echinacea, yes.
right.
I like the what's that? I usually see echinacea in combination with golden seal.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, yeah, yep, yep. And they said elderberry syrup. I do like some elderberry. I do like some elderberry. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I like
Yeah.
elderberry teas and stuff. And I had bought these like elderberry like drops one time, and you can taste like the elderberry like syrup, and it was like really, 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 really strong. I gave your brother-in-law one day. He was like, "Ew, what is this?"
Yeah.
I was like, "It's good for your cool," and he was like,
Yeah.
"You can taste the strongness in it." But I'm like, "But that's what you
Yeah.
want. You want to be able to taste it and feel like the potential benefits and the potentness
I was
in
about
it."
to say that's how you know it's working. That's
It's
how you know you got some good stuff.
good stuff, right?
Yeah, I bought these like elderberries before, like this like dry elderberries.
Yeah.
And yeah, and like you put a couple of them in the water and
Mhm.
make the elderberry tea, and it'd be like, yeah, it's strong. They be kind of sweet too.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I remember like this. It has nothing to do with elderberries, but I remember I had got some huckleberry honey. Now I've never tried anything with had huckleberry in it, but I had got huckleberry honey like when we was in Alaska, and I was like, "Ooh, I want to try that and see." And like, I'm still like torn on the taste of it, you
Yeah.
know. But I'm like, huckleberry, I'm like, it has to have some kind of benefits to it. Huckleberry,
I'm sure it do.
I was interested. So me, I was like, I want to try. I want to try it. Yeah. And another natural healer, of course, ginger. We were just talking about
Yeah.
ginger. That's considered a natural healer. One of the best natural healers is ginger. I
That's
totally
wild.
agree. Love me some good ginger.
Yeah.
They say honey. Honey is a good natural healer.
Oh.
Honey, yes, honey.
Yeah.
Now, I like to get like honey in its raw state, though. I do
Yes.
the raw form of honey. I feel
Woo.
like it's stronger, it works better, and I feel like I'm getting it in its purest form. Honey
Right.
is a good natural healer. And lavender,
Yeah.
Serena was talking about the lavender. Lavender, they said, is a good natural healer.
Uh-huh.
Now I've never tried like the lavender tea though. I'm gonna have to like try some lavender tea. But it says a good natural healer. I definitely like it like in my like in my lotions and stuff and my sprays, and it just feels so good and it's so calming and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
yeah. And they said one of the question was like how long does it take herbal remedies to work? How long does it take for it to work?
I
Right.
think consistency got some, should would help with that. Yeah.
Mm.
But I'm curious as to what they have to say. And it looked like somebody has a question too.
Might have a question.
Yeah, somebody said, can I ask your advice?
Oh, okay. What's your question? Yeah,
Is that Adam? Is that Adam? Adam, I say if you got your question, just go ahead and write it in the chat.
yeah.
But yeah, but you said how long does it take for herbal remedies to work?
Yep. So they said like the action of herbs ranges from like mild, like for example, like chamomile and peppermint, right? Is like a mild one. Like it takes a minute to like actually work. And then you had the powerful ones like kava,
Mm.
Kaava. So
Uh-huh.
they said so those mild action ones might have subtle effects and may, take weeks to months before you actually feel the full effects of them.
Mhm.
While like the more powerful ones, like may you might have benefits like within a few doses. So
Hmm.
some of them mild, like the camomiles and peppermints, they consider like a mild herb, but herbs
Mhm.
like kava is very powerful, and you'll start noticing it like right away, like right away.
Wow.
Yes,
I
yes.
be thinking I think it got some, I think it have a lot to do with also like, just like, like other medicines and stuff, like your um like your weight, what type of things that you're eating, how much water you're drinking, is
Mhm.
all those other things and stuff, you know what I mean? I think there's a lot of factors that can, get involved to determine like, how something works for one person versus another person.
Yeah,
Though
yeah,
too.
yeah. I
Mhm.
agree. I agree. I agree. Um, but they have one herb they say that kills all. This
What's
one
that?
particular herb. They call that the Prunella vulgaris.
What?
Prunella vulgaris.
Where you find that at?
Yeah.
I'm like
Girl,
heal everything.
let me be some of that. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Prunella vulgaris is the common heal all
Mm.
wort heart of the earth.
Wow.
Carpenter's herb, brown wort, or blue curls is a herbaceous plant in the mint family. It's in the
In the
mint.
mint family.
It's in the
Okay.
mint.
You know
Yep.
what I thought you was gonna say?
Uh,
I thought you was gonna say castor oil.
oh, hello, Stretch It with Pam. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Yes, yes. So they said that is the heal
Wow.
part of the mint family. Yes. So
Okay now.
we got to do some more research for that one, okay? But yeah,
I'll find out where to get some more of that.
right. It
It's
popped up on my herbal remedy list. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So if anybody in the chat ever heard of that, Prunella vulgaris. I'm curious. Like, are we the only ones that ever heard of that? Because it definitely popped up for like a healing herb, and it's good. It's called the heart of the earth. Very good herb. Very good herb. Yeah. Have anybody ever heard of that one? Um, but then they say like, what is the number one selling herbal remedies? Like, these are some of the number one selling ones, which I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Berry,
You said
cranberry,
what?
cranberry,
Cranberry.
cranberry. Yes, cranberry.
Mm-hmm.
It's some good cranberry. I can. I like to get it in the form of like juice, and I have tried like the cranberry like powder in the capsule form. I have
Mm-hmm.
tried that. You know, just when you want to like flush like your urinary system and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Very good for that. Very good for that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, saw palmetto. It's a saw
Salt.
palmetto.
Wow.
Yeah, saw palmetto.
Yeah. I know that's
Mhm.
like a hormone balance.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I
Yes.
know. All right, so I've seen it. What's that? Saw palmetto for like good for the prostate and
Yeah.
stuff too.
Good for
Yeah.
men. Good for
Okay.
men. Good for
Yeah.
hormones. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I know it's like it's really good for women though too.
Mm.
Like with balancing the hormones and stuff as well.
Okay.
Good stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. They said soy. Soy is one of the a good herbal remedy too.
Wow.
Oil.
Now I know soy, that's another one of those like hormone changing type of things. I don't know
Mm.
if it's like it has like increased estrogen or something. I just remember at one time years ago, hearing about the soy and talking about like with like the tofu and the soy milk and the concerns for men because of like, the hormone changes or something like that with soy.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I don't know if it's like a hormone balancing kind of thing or if it's like, something else. But I remember, just that conversation that used to be circulating around soy, you
Preparation rice.
know.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I would like to do a little more research on that.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
in today's day and time, because that was probably about 15 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. 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 They were saying that garlic.
Oh, yeah, garlic. I would put garlic way up there.
Way up there.
Yes, yes. Garlic, when my children was in school, like when they were little, because, I didn't let them get immunizations and stuff. I just didn't do that. And I've always gotten like they've always been, always felt, I made like what am I trying to say? A affidavit, like what's that? A immunization exemption affidavit that I had
Okay.
written up for my
Okay.
children.
Okay.
So putting them in, having them in school and keeping them protected, their immune
Mm.
system protected. I used to have them eat garlic.
Wow.
So, and we would chop it up and make it like a garlic eating contest. I would
Okay.
have like, yeah, I had like a spoonful of honey,
Okay.
and like
Okay.
some lemonade or something like that, on the table. But then we would chop the garlic and we would eat some garlic and and then like hurry up and have a spoonful of honey afterwards, kind of thing. And my children they never got sick.
They never got sick.
They never got sick. Because
Wow.
I didn't want them missing school because them missing school meant that I was gonna miss work. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I couldn't afford to miss work. And
Yeah.
so yeah, yeah. And Obasi was the best at it. Obasi,
Oh
he would
wow.
throw that piece of garlic when he was little, 5 years old, pop that piece of garlic in his mouth and would
Uh-uh.
eat it and didn't
Uh-uh.
even care to have the honey and stuff afterwards.
Imagine that breath fry was kicking like Jackie
I'm
Chan.
sure it was. I'm sure it was. And I'm gonna tell you what I used to do. I would chop it and swallow it like a pill instead of chewing it. I would never chew it.
Okay. 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 That's crazy. Hello. Hello. Thank you for coming in. Wow. Wow. That's interesting. And then of course
Yeah.
the ginkgo is
Mhm.
or we was talking about the ginkgo. good for like memory and stuff.
Yeah.
The echinacea, very good properties for the echinacea. And they said milk thistle. I've tried milk thistle before.
Yeah.
Thistle,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think milk thistle, that's like a blood cleanser.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep. 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 And then they say the black cohosh.
Okay, yeah, that's another one of those like blood cleanser type. Yeah, cleanse. I think it cleans like the liver, the kidneys, like it help cleanse the organs. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the black cohosh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a
Mm-hmm.
really one of the really powerful ones.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's so much good stuff out there. Because I was like another
I
one I
like
just
good
thought of
stuff.
was like the red clover. I know red clover is another good blood cleanser too.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard of red clover. I've heard of red clover. Um, and well, one of the questions was like, can like too many herbs make you sick? Yeah, we were just talking about that. Like,
Yeah. I think
yeah,
it's good, I think it's good to work with like an herbologist or a naturalist or somebody that knows
right,
what they're doing instead of just trying to do it all by yourself unless you're studying it.
you should study it.
Um
Yes,
yeah, yeah. I don't really think that too many herbs can necessarily, like yeah, like if you're doing like too many like the same day or something, I guess it's possible, but a lot of the herbs they don't really be having like I mean, just from what I've studied a lot, they don't really be having like any like serious like side effects or something like that. I don't know. I think some of them sometimes can like make your blood get like too thin, or I believe you can over cleanse. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Or you can cleanse too quickly and kind
mhm,
of like send your body into this like state of like where your body can have like a negative response just because you like trying to cleanse too fast,
right,
type of
right,
stuff.
right, yeah,
Yeah, especially if you spent years. I mean, this is just something, things that I've seen, I mean, in the past before, I mean, like, like it'd be like years of like toxifying your body. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of junk that still be just sitting inside of our system.
yes,
And
yes,
then, you start trying to flush too quickly, you know what I'm
mm,
saying? And so it's like, the body has this negative response. You know what I'm saying? And then a
right,
person
right,
might look at it and be like, oh, I started taking all these herbs and I started getting sick. And
yes,
but it's like, okay, you was probably trying to do it too much, too
too
fast. You
much,
know what I'm saying? Yeah, like it's
yeah,
you know,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah. And like I said again, what I mean, I strongly believe that it's important to do these things in combination with the healthy eating and a healthy diet and stuff like that. Like I feel like it's best to take on like a healthy lifestyle, what I
right,
mean, instead of, what I'm saying, yeah, like just, what I mean, like still be eating pork and cheesesteaks and fried food
right,
and
right,
what I'm
right.
saying, kind of stuff, but then you trying to take some herbs to like help clean your body. It just don't even no, like be like, just go get the Robitussin, just go get the Tylenol or whatever if you're gonna be still doing all the junky type of stuff, you know?
Right, right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, yeah. They were saying, like you said, like if you use it like the inappropriate like indications and stuff like that, or if you use it to like excessively in large doses and stuff like that, that it can be toxic. Like so you definitely do not want to do that.
Yes, exactly.
Do that.
Yeah.
Right. Like you were saying, like take it too much too fast or too soon. It's definitely not good to do that. No. So do it in
Right.
moderation. Like I said, do your research on it. Make sure it's not interacting with medications or it might interact with you. Like just like do you definitely do your research, Like
Yeah. And trust your body.
right, right,
Trust your
right,
body, trust your intuition.
right, right. Yeah, we're giving you a lot of like natural remedies and stuff like that that I know I use personally, my sister used personally and stuff like that. And there's a lot of out there, but you definitely want to do your research and make sure that it's going to work for you. Um,
Yes.
and they said like they have like some top healing foods too, some top healing, and it says oatmeal. Oatmeal is considered a healing food.
Okay now.
Yes, yes. According to
Oatmeal.
the Journal of Lifestyle Medicine.
Mm-hmm.
That oatmeal helps lower cholesterol. It has cardiovascular benefits. Prevents diabetes. Strengthens your immune system. Good old
Yes.
oatmeal.
How about that? I used to have like
Yes.
some oatmeal every morning and I just like stopped eating it for a long time. But yeah, you gonna make me start eating oatmeal again.
Yeah. Ain't that funny that it has
Uh-huh.
all these benefits to it? Yes, yes. And they
Yeah.
say, and they say of course, berries.
Uh-huh.
Berries are considered like healing foods. Considered healing food,
Yeah.
a type of berries. And then you
Yeah.
were talking about like the garlic. Garlic, good healing benefits, good healing benefits. It's considered
Mhm.
a healing food.
Yeah.
Um,
I think and it's so easy to eat too. Just like, chop up some, throw it in with your vegetables. You
right, right. Yeah, I love me some garlic. Like I put garlic in a lot, dude. I do.
Yes.
I'm making certain foods, I'll freaking my little garlic in there and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
put garlic on everything.
Garlic or everything. It's like, your breath don't be smelling the best after you take it.
But I
The
think it depends, because like I mean, especially like if you wash it down, I mean, and that's what I'm talking about. Like in a clean body, what I mean, like your body just like processes these things, what I mean.
right.
And yeah, because I don't be smelling like garlic or something, I mean, have you ever smelled me smelling like garlic? Not that I know of,
So,
what I'm saying. And I do. I mean, I eat a lot of garlic.
feel like because I can taste it in my mouth after I eat something with garlic. I feel like that everybody can smell it.
Oh, uh-huh.
Because I can taste. I'm like, oh my god, my breath like kicking. I just ate something like a pizza, or I ate something. I had extra garlic on it. Right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
I guess it just be me. But they said like even like oily fishes are healing food. Or oily fish,
Yeah.
they're healing
Yeah.
food. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
got them omegas, like the
Right. Yep.
omega
The omega.
3 and
Yes.
6 and
Yes.
stuff like that.
Yes. Omega.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I don't
Yep.
know the numbers, but I know that they in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. But they are healing foods. Like I could appreciate like a good piece of salmon and stuff. Child.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. They said cinnamon. Cinnamon is considered a healing food.
My daughter, she found that out. This girl puts cinnamon stick in her tea every time she drinks it.
What?
Yes. She always throw a cinnamon stick in her tea.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
like she don't have tea without a cinnamon stick. She was like, okay, I mean, it just became her thing.
Really? Okay,
Yep.
well, tell her put auntie there, cause yeah, yeah. Listen, I can jump on board with the cinnamon stick. I can.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. They said like turmeric is a healing food. We were talking about turmeric.
Yeah.
You can get it in this raw natural form as well. I've
Yeah.
as get the ginger root. I've gotten like a fresh piece of turmeric too.
Yeah, it's very strong.
Very strong. You're very strong.
Yeah.
Even the
Mm.
color, like to really like change your foods and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's also it's like it's a natural dye as well.
Yep. That's why I change stuff colors. That's why
Yep.
I change stuff colors. Yeah. Yeah. Natural dye. Yep. Green tea is considered a healing food.
One of my favorites. I love
Yes.
green tea.
Love a good cup of green tea. Love a good cup of green tea.
Yeah.
Green tea for everything.
Yes.
They say broccoli is a healing food.
Broccoli?
Broccoli.
That's good to know.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Cause that's yeah. I love broccoli. Yeah, broccoli one of my favorite veggies.
Yes, it is considered a healing food. And
Mhm.
I can appreciate some good broccoli. I eat broccoli a lot. But they said they have one herb that's considered the king of all herbs.
What is that?
Is that the king of all herbs? When I was doing my research, I was so surprised. Like, that's considered the king of all herbs?
What?
Basil.
Basil.
Oh,
What? I'm about to go get some fresh basil right now. Where my keys at? Like what?
yes,
Basil. How about that?
considered the king of all herbs.
And what I
Yeah.
like about basil, because it's like it tastes so good. You know what I mean? And like the produce market, they got the fresh basil. You can just peel a leaf off and like just eat it.
Now I
Yeah.
never tried it fresh, but yeah, but I like to get like the little basil flakes and stuff, and I'll mix it with my food and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Or if I'm doing like a pasta juice or something like that, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yeah. But
yeah. Always, sprinkle it in my spaghetti and stuff like that.
okay, okay, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. But they consider that the king of all herbs.
Wow, I
Um,
had no idea. But now that's fresh. That's in my mind now. I'm gonna remember
right,
that one.
right. Yep, they said it's an all-purpose plant. Burst, of course, bursting with flavor. It's a staple in like Mediterranean cuisines, and it's trusted for to cure like all types of ailments.
Wow.
All types of
How
ailments.
about that?
Yes, 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 yes. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
look
okay,
at us. We about to be getting healthy out here in the world.
girl,
Yeah.
yes. Listen, start putting basil in more of my things. Yes,
Yes.
yes, yep. But then it says also some herbs that should not be taken together.
Hmm.
Some
That
herbs
that's
should
that's
not.
important. That's important. So y'all pay attention out there.
Yes, like some herbs should not be taken together due to their potential interactions and
Mm.
adverse effects. Like for instance,
Okay.
like St. John's wort should not be taken with like antidepressants. They should not.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
And like the herb kava,
Mhm.
like should be avoided with substances that are used for your central nervous system. Don't
Okay.
together, right?
So you
They
talking about
said
like with like medications?
like medications and stuff like that.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so like for instance, like the St. John's wort and the antidepressants, like they can lead to like serotonin toxicity and like other life threatening side effects if you mix
Yeah.
those together, right? Um,
Hmm.
and they said like don't mix like licorice and sargassum together. Like don't mix them two
Licorice and what?
and sargassum. It's like a herba, Cercil, Japansi. They got different names for it.
Yeah.
But they said don't mix those two because it's like a traditional Chinese medicine. And also they said don't in combination with those two, like the licorice and the sargassum, that it weakens your liver function
Oh my
and
God.
it causes cardiac toxicity. That's what we're saying.
Oh
Like
yeah. Don't want to do that.
right. So that's what we're saying. Like when you're using like a lot of these natural herbal remedies, like be careful, make sure you ain't
You want
mixing
to know
stuff.
what you're doing. That's right.
Mixing stuff, right? And they
Yeah.
said don't mix ginseng and blood sugar lowering supplements.
Wow.
Do not
Okay.
mix ginseng with things that lower your blood sugar. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, they said because they, you know, could lower your blood sugar even more, right?
Right.
Like
Right.
stuff like fenugreek,
Fenugreek.
right? Like
Fenugreek. Mhm.
that's like a blood sugar lowering supplement. So don't put ginseng with it. Don't mix it with like devil's claw. Don't mix it with alpha lipoic acid. Don't mix it with garlic.
Yeah. Okay.
And garlic. Don't mix it with
Yeah, like you said, because you could end up overdoing it.
right,
You know
right,
what I
Lord.
mean? That's why I do. I think, how the same way, like how, when it's certain stuff that when you don't know things and you like go see a doctor, there are like, there's naturopaths, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
it's a study, you know what I'm
right.
saying? So I think it's good to check in with somebody who has studied this stuff and make sure that they know if you are taking any other medicines and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So that, so that they won't give you something that's going to cause further harm when you're trying to heal.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate the hearts. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, and they said also do not mix black cohosh and liver damaging supplements together. Let's say avoid using that herbal substances that can harm the liver, like such as androstenedione. That's a liver damaging supplement. Chaparral, comfrey, DHEA.
Hmm.
DHEA. I know that's big. I've heard
Yeah.
a lot of stuff. Like even when you are shopping and you like in the drugstores, you'll see like DHEA supplements and stuff. So don't use that with like black cohosh, damages your
Mhm.
liver. And things like kava and niacin,
Okay.
vitamin B3. Don't use it with that.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. Or red
Mm.
yeast. Yes. These are
Yeah.
things you don't want to mix black cohosh with. All right, because it does
Mhm.
damages your liver. Um,
Wow.
ashwagandha.
Yeah.
Don't mix that with certain medications. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they say they should not be combined with specific medications, including antidepressants. Do not
Mhm.
sleeping pills. Don't use ashwagandha with sleeping pills. All
Mm.
right.
Mhm.
Um, don't take it with alcohol.
Yeah. How
Right.
about that? I don't think you
Yeah.
should do nothing with alcohol.
Nothing with alcohol.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah. See, it's like, it's like you got to make a choice. Like, you either going to do this one or do that one.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I hope the listening audience is taking notes. We're talking about herbal remedies and like natural healing, but be mindful with what you're mixing together and how you're using
Mhm.
it. Okay, because you don't want to overdo it and you don't want it to interact with certain
Right.
supplements or medication. So yeah, so definitely do your research. Um,
Definitely.
right. Yep. So like herbs and medications, like certain herbs and medications can interfere, right? Like even like the black cohosh, the curcumin, the echinacea, the garlic extract, the ginkgo, the ginseng, and golden seal can all interact with medication.
Mhm.
Okay. Yep. So
Mm.
don't mix no medication with black cohosh. Don't mix anything with curcumin. Don't mix
Mhm.
with echinacea. Don't do anything with garlic extracts. Don't do anything with ginkgo.
Mm.
Don't do anything with ginseng, and don't do anything with golden seal. If you're
Wow.
taking
Yeah. Because all of those, they all very powerful,
very
just
powerful,
in their
very
own
powerful,
right. Yeah.
right? Not mix any medications with those herbs that I just named. Okay,
Mm.
they are
Golden
good and
seal is
powerful.
no joke. Golden
Golden
seal be
seal,
knocking stuff out.
and they
Yes.
put good with echinacea, but you just got
Yes.
to be thankful like with a lot of other stuff because that's considered a powerful herb. It's a
It
powerful,
is.
right?
Yeah,
So
yeah. Like I've definitely like, used, golden seal like times where I feel like, cause like me, like if I start to feel like I'm starting to get sick, like
mhm.
I'll do things to knock it out before it happens. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? And so golden seal is one of my go-to herbs. You know what I mean?
okay.
If I feel like something viral is happening or
Hmm.
something, yeah, yeah. Like I'll run. I'll be like, what? Let me get some golden seal. Sometimes, or like, if I feel like, yeah, like, what I mean, like I'm getting a headache or, stomach, something like that. Yeah, like I've taken golden seal, like, times where I thought I had the flu or,
Mm.
even one time when I thought I had COVID. I did. I was on the golden seal, the ginger. I was juicing.
I know that's right, but yeah, but
Yes,
they help fight it. These are things that actually help
it
fight.
did. Yes,
Your immune system is, the harder, stronger it is for you to fight it, and the harder it is for these like sicknesses like COVID and like flus and the colds. Harder for it to take over your body. Just
exactly.
yeah.
Because you get your nice, good, strong immune system. Your immune system being there whipping the disease's
Whipping it up,
ass.
right? Yes, yes, whipping
And
it,
then
whipping
you're
it.
like,
Yeah, yeah. Be like, it'd be like a struggle. Your immune system be like, fight
"I'm
back,
fighting." Yes.
fight back. Right. Yep. Yep. And they said do not mix herbs that you take medications like for heart arrhythmias. Don't mix herbs with that.
Okay.
Like bitter orange is a herb. Don't mix it with that. Um, and ephedra, don't use it. All right, because it'll help with like linked to like irregular heartbeat. So you do not want to mix or those type of herbs. Okay, with things for heart rhythm.
Mhm.
Um, and now it's talking about like what is the golden herb for joint pain. we were
Mm.
kind of talking about it. We were kind of talking about it. Turmeric.
I was
What
gonna say
is it?
too. Yeah, them
So,
anti-inflammatory herbs.
anti-inflammatory. It has so many benefits. It has so many benefits. Yeah. So turmeric. They said that the benefits of it like showed that turmeric could be just as effective as using like ibuprofen.
Wow.
Yes, because it reduces anti-inflammation and
Yeah.
swelling and pain. So like, 'cause
Mhm.
I can't even take ibuprofen anymore. I was told like
Okay.
to stop taking it because it was affecting like my kidney and stuff. So like I stopped using ibuprofen, but it is good
Mhm.
to know that I can use turmeric and
Yeah.
this to help.
Wow. Mhm.
It's just like
That's
taking a
good.
yes, yes, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like this is like helpful for me as well. You know,
Uh-huh.
different alternatives, right?
Mm.
So we talked about the king of all herbs, and they said for the queen of medicinal herbs, what do you think that one is? We talked
Mm.
the queen of medicinal herbs. What do you think?
I don't know. I was thinking echinacea.
The queen of medicinal herbs is
Tosai. Okay.
Tulsa. Yes. Tulsa,
Something. I did not know that much about Tosai.
right. Yes. Tulsa is considered the queen of herbs. Yes.
Wow.
And it is the most sacred herb of India. Now we have some people in the chat that were from India. I'm not sure if they're still in there, but if you're
Yeah.
in the chat from India, have you ever used this herb? Have you ever used this herb? And like,
'Cause
what
I
is the
got some in the house. I'm gonna take some when I go in here.
right? Right. Yeah. Yeah. They said they have different kinds. They have like a plant that has narrow leaves, right?
Mhm.
It's used for like improving your digestion. And then
Okay.
a plant with small leaves, which has like a sweet smell, and they said it's used for cooking, right? So,
Okay.
but if you get the leaves and the seeds from the tossa plant, they said that they use those for flavoring the food. So if you
Oh,
get toss seeds and stuff, that you can put those in your
okay.
to flavor your food. Yeah.
Okay. See, I have some Tosai tea.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I don't know if okay, I guess that's the narrow leaves.
Yeah. So now we're gonna talk about another powerful one. Oh my goodness. This is like one of my faves, one of my favorites. They said they have like the best to take daily, like the best herbs that you would take daily. And
Mhm.
the garlic. The garlic.
Okay.
Garlic.
Garlic.
They said it's one of the
Yes.
best ones that you should take daily. I do. And I
Uh-huh.
do.
And you know
I
what
love
I was
cooking
gonna
garlic.
say? So I think because there's like the garlic capsules and garlic gel,
Mhm.
things and stuff like that. So it's just, it's multiple ways to get the garlic where you don't have to just like chew
Yeah.
it up and
Right.
yeah.
Hello, Ed Boy Vishwa. Thank you for coming in. Yep, they said that's one of the best ones that you should take daily is garlic, and another one that they said is a good one to take daily is cinnamon. Take it.
Mm.
It's a good one to take daily. Yes,
Good
yes,
stuff.
yes,
Glad to hear.
yes, yeah. Another good one is ginger.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, yeah. I do like ginger. I think garlic probably is on like the top of my list because I like to put garlic in like everything.
Yes.
But they said a good one to take every day is ginger.
Ginger.
I can appreciate a good thing of ginger tea, and even my little
Yes.
um
Uh-huh.
basil. The basil is a good one to take every day. That's a
Okay.
good one to take every day. Yes,
Mm.
good one to take every day. Parsley,
Okay.
parsley. Yeah,
Yeah, I like parsley.
yes, yeah. Like I will only put it like when I'm cooking, maybe like sprinkle a little bit on pasta, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
parsley. Yeah. And hey, Edna, hi. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. And they said fresh mint is good to take every day.
Yeah.
Fresh mint. Um, they said that it's good for like cancer awareness. Like it helps with cancer. Take it.
Wow, it helps to prevent cancer, huh?
Yeah, they said it's
Good
good to
stuff.
good every day.
And this is, you said mint,
Yeah, fresh mint, fresh
fresh
mint.
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 Mhm.
Yeah,
I'm saying I'm about to go to the produce market before I go
right.
home.
That part. Listen,
Mhm.
if it's all wrapped up on stuff that is good to take every day and have very good benefits. Very good benefits. rosemary.
Oh, I
Rosemary.
love rosemary.
It's a good one.
I love rosemary like in my soups, on my veggies and
Yes.
stuff. Yeah, like I love even just like the smell of it.
Yeah. I have like the little rosemary like leaves. Like I use it like as a spice, and I might drop it every now and then, like when I'm cooking or something. But they said, yeah, it's good to take it like every day. It's one of the best.
Yeah.
And they said because it helps with blood vessel health.
Okay.
Helps with blood, and it may reduce your risk of a heart attack.
Wow.
Rosemary every day, like what? Girl,
Yeah. Who knew?
I'm about to put that in every day.
Uh-huh.
Right, I'm about to put that in every day, right?
Right.
Yeah. So she's pretty cool. Okay. Yeah. And they said cayenne pepper.
Cayenne pepper.
Yes.
Yes.
A good
Yep.
antioxidant. Cayenne
Mhm.
pepper is a good one to take daily. A good one to take daily. I know you were talking about how you put it like in your tea and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's good to take it every day. It's good
Okay.
antioxidant. Yep.
And that's good. And so, cause like, another thing, I was like, even like, just like in some warm water with some lemon, some honey, and some cayenne pepper. Like I'll be doing stuff like that now and then too, and I was just doing it because I heard it was good for circulation,
Circulation. Okay.
and like, and I know how circulation is good, to like, to prevent like, varicose veins and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you ever like lay in the bed and like just put your legs up, or
Mhm.
like lean off the bed, stuff like that, so that you can, cause we always upright,
Right.
and
Right.
so it's like, so it's good to go upside down, or, like I said, lift your legs, or, just bring your head down, stuff like that. But I don't know, for some reason I just be thinking that like cayenne pepper is like helping to like push stuff and move things, and
Mhm.
yeah, so I don't know, I just be doing it, like, it helps with like congestion and stuff like that too.
Okay. So are you getting it like in this like raw form, or are you getting it like in like a powder? Like how are
Yeah,
you?
this the cayenne pepper, this like the seasoning. Yeah,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I just about shake some into my tea, into my cup. Yeah,
Okay.
it's spicy. It be hot. It be
Yeah,
hot. I just drink it fast.
I think it's spicy and hot. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I know, but when you mix it with different things, like it definitely has a punch,
they
powerful
got a
punch.
kick. Right.
Yeah, definitely has the kick.
Yeah.
Definitely has the kick. Yep. But they said like nature's most popular medicinal plants, and the science behind them is turmeric.
Wow.
But nature's most powerful medicinal plants is turmeric, and it has like backing it up.
Yeah.
Even
Well, turmeric, it's a root.
right.
Yeah.
So they say it's very popular. Nature's popular medicinal plant to turmeric, even in primrose oil.
Okay.
Even in primrose.
Primrose oil. Mhm.
Yeah. I know I bought like the supplements before, and I mean I took them, but I was like I feel like I should have been more consistent with it, because
Yeah.
I did feel like it was like very beneficial, like when I was.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, even in primrose.
Yeah.
Um,
That's a hormone balance too.
right, exactly. That's what I was doing it
Yeah.
for. I was doing it for
Mhm.
hormone balancing. Flaxseed.
Yes. Flaxseed, get your bowels moving.
Flaxseed. Yes.
Get them bowels
Yes.
moving.
Yes. Very a medicinal plant. Nature's medicinal plant. Tea tree oil.
Tea tree oil, one of my favorites. That's really good for the skin, for like
Ah,
acne and
ah,
stuff. Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. I can appreciate some good tea tree oil. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Echinacea, of course. We were talking about echinacea.
Yeah.
The whole chat time. We've been talking about echinacea. Very
Mhm.
plant. Grapeseed extract.
Really? So now
Grapeseed.
I've used grapeseed oil on my skin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bought some a big thing of the grapeseed extract, and I do
Mhm.
I rub it on my face and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
yeah. It's I know the purposes of it. It was like it definitely helps with like like fine lines and wrinkles and stuff like that. Curly.
Okay. I think
Yeah.
he's working.
Huh?
But yeah, I also cook with it.
Okay. Now I've never
Like
tried.
rapeseed oil. Yep, I
Okay.
cook with it too.
I've never tried cooking with it, but I definitely
Hmm.
like, randomly would mix it with like a little bit like a coconut oil or something like that and like rub it in my face.
Yeah. Yep. I've used it on my face, on my hair, on my skin. Hmm.
So it has a good benefit. Lavender. I know we talked a lot about lavender.
Yeah.
How good lavender is. That's a medicinal plant. And chamomile.
Yes.
Yep. So
Mhm.
a lot of science behind these certain things that I just named. So they're proven to like really work. They're very, very medicinal.
Mhm.
One of nature's medicinal plants. Um,
Mhm.
but they said, like, so what is one of the strongest natural antibiotics for humans? One of the strongest natural antibiotics.
Ginger, garlic. What you gonna say?
Okay, garlic is one of them.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yes.
honey,
Honey, yes.
oregano oil.
Oregano oil. How could I forget that one?
Yes, they have
Yes.
all types of infections. They're antimicrobial properties. They have antimicrobial properties. I'm
Mhm.
butchering that whole name, but yes, antimicrobial properties. Those three things: garlic, honey, and oregano oil. So, since we're
Mhm.
talking about these things, so I brought my little. I swear by this stuff.
Yes.
Oregano. I swear by this stuff. I put this like in like my tea every day. 2 drops
Okay.
oil of oregano. It is so strong and potent.
It's very strong.
I do not recommend using more than 2 little teeny drops of it because
Yes,
honey,
because it's
it's
very
a
strong.
little different. But I definitely add
Yes.
a couple drops in my tea when I make tea, and I've been buying these too. These oil oregano power shots. Like when I buy these, I like to take them like in the morning, like especially if I feel something coming on, and they
Mhm.
have ginger and elderberry in it. Oil,
Yes.
one shot, very
That look
powerful.
like some good stuff. Uh-huh.
Powerful. It definitely, I'll be like, ooh, about to put hair on my chest. It's, so
Oh,
strong. It's definitely strong. Yes. Like,
yes.
I definitely recommend that after you take this little shot that you have something to drink behind it because it goes down. Yeah.
Mhm.
But that lets you know that it's working. It's very powerful. Yep. It has
Yeah.
the ginger and the elderberry in it. So all these things are mixed in together. My
Yeah. I take these little capsules. Like I got it in like the little pill form or like the little gel caps. And it's always like the vegan gel cap, things that I use, with my oregano.
wellness rescue. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But they said like the garlic is that because it's like a natural antibiotic, the compounds in it is allicin. You know how they got penicillin and amoxicillin and all that? Yeah,
Yes.
allicin. So it belongs to like the psyllin family, right?
Okay.
So
And you said that was garlic?
garlic is a natural
Yeah.
antibiotic, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
It has antibacterial properties, effective both like positive and for negative bacteria. So it works for both positive bacteria and negative bacteria. And it may like be a drug resistant bacteria. So like if you have like different drugs in your body, it may be a drug resistant. Um,
Mm.
on drug resistant bacteria, and it can be consumed, like you said, and you can do it raw. You can
Mhm.
foods, or if you can apply it topically.
Mm.
Garlic on you topically.
Now
Yeah,
that seemed like you don't go around nobody.
don't go around
Yeah.
nobody.
Yes.
Spread some fresh garlic. Yes, yes. But yeah, it's
Bathe
just
in it.
antibiotic. Yes, yes. I'm like, I don't know
Yes.
me topic because then I've been going around smelling like nah. But they
Yeah,
said
but because I've heard some interesting things about garlic now that we talking about it. And like, all right, okay, so matter of fact, it was on a TV show, and the woman was talking about having a yeast infection,
what?
and her
No,
friend told her to put a clove of garlic up her flour, and
stop,
yes,
stop.
and to combat her yeast infections.
Wow, wow.
Wow,
Okay.
yes. And
All
so
right.
imagine that,
See,
right?
go. Yes,
Yes.
I'm
But
doing well.
but
How
now
are
that I
you?
think about it, like I could imagine that would work with
Yeah,
from what you're saying. Like you said, it's one of the it's in the Acillin family. You know what I'm
natural
saying?
antibiotic.
So
Yep,
it's like, yeah.
yep,
It's like,
yep.
okay,
Yes,
okay.
natural antibiotic. Yep, yep, yep. So
Mhm.
different benefits to that. Different benefits to that.
Yeah.
And they say another one, like we talked. I said we talked about the garlic, the honey. Honey
Uh-huh.
is a natural antibiotic because it has compounds like hydrogen peroxide in it.
Mhm.
And it's a methylglycerol,
Okay.
right? Natural antibiotic. So they say that it's wound healing. The honey has antimicrobial properties and may
Yeah.
offer support against drug-resistant bacteria.
Mhm.
You can use it topically to heal wounds.
Okay.
So you don't need to like ingest it. You can put it topically if you got a wound.
How
It'll heal
about
that wound.
that?
The
How
honey.
about that? Now,
Yeah.
like with the raw honey, I do like to just like, just take like a little teaspoon of the raw honey, now and then. You know what I mean? Or especially like if something is going on. Yeah, I
Mhm.
definitely like to add in some honey.
Yeah, yeah. I
Good
can imagine
stuff.
that. I can imagine that being sticky on you though. With some raw
Oh,
honey.
yes.
But they said
Yeah.
antibiotic. They just will heal some wounds.
How about that?
And then we were talking about the oil of oregano. Their active compounds are carvacrol and thymol.
Hmm.
So anything that has carvacrol or thymol in it, oregano acts as the same
Hmm.
antibiotic. It's very powerful, antibacterial and antifungal.
Yeah, I've heard of the oil of oregano being put on like a tooth, like like having like somebody having a toothache and
Wow.
using you know what I'm saying, like a little dropper and putting the oil right on the tooth to get rid of like the toothache.
Wow. Oh, listen, that'll make you extra sweet if you put the oil honey on your skin.
I
Yeah,
suppose so.
exactly. Yeah. But so between the antibacterial and the antifungal properties, it fights various strains of bacteria, including antibiotic resisting varieties. So it's very,
Mhm.
very good antibiotic, antibacterial, and antifungal things.
Uh-huh.
Yep. And they said that you can use that topically, like you were just talking about, putting it in your mouth for toothache. Use it
Yeah.
topically, or you can do it internally, but you got to dilute it. That's all I said.
Okay.
Very powerful. Very powerful. Yeah.
Yes.
Whenever when I ingest it, I always like mix it a couple of drops with tea or something. Girl.
Yeah. It do what it do though.
It does what it does. It does what it does. Yup. But if you're going to
Mm.
ingest, definitely do it dilute it. And I only recommend a couple drops. Now this is what I've been using. Powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. Two
Yes.
little teeny drops, honey. Two little
Yes.
teeny
Go a long way.
goes a long way. Goes a long
Mhm.
way. Yes, honey. Yeah, I swear by this. I use it every day. Every day. Even especially, I feel like when I feel something coming on, it doesn't really take me down. Because the fact that I'm always taking that, and that's very strong. Like for antibacterial
Yeah.
stuff, I feel like that I
Yeah.
could be much worse than I actually am.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. It's like it can either like keep you from being sick, or
Mhm.
shorten the duration of your
The
sickness.
duration. Shorten the duration. Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. So some good old oregano. And they said, but other natural antibiotics. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate the hearts. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. They said there's other natural antibiotics too, besides those three strong ones that we've been talking about. Turmeric is a natural antibiotic, okay, because it is anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties. Turmeric is an
Mhm.
antibiotic. Ginger,
Yeah.
okay, it's antimicrobial, it's an antioxidant, and it's anti-inflammatory. So those are good properties for ginger. It's a natural
Mhm.
antibiotic. Clove, clove.
Cloves.
Yes,
Yes. That's
antibacterial.
also good for the teeth.
Yes.
And what's that? They say you throw like a couple of them underneath your tongue or something, and just like, just kind of hold them there, or you can make like a clove tea. But what they say about clove, like the
Clove
benefits of it.
is contains eugenol, okay,
Mm.
which has antibacterial and pain relieving properties.
Ah, because it has a numbing type
Yes,
of,
yes.
yeah, like, yeah, yes.
Good old clove. And one of my
Uh-huh.
favorites, apple cider vinegar.
Oh, yes.
Love using apple cider vinegar. It has
Mhm.
acid in it, and it's antifungal and it's antibacterial. So
Yes.
I do love me some good apple cider vinegar. I like to get like the mother, get it with the mother root in it.
Mm.
And also you can get it like in gummy forms. Like they do have it in different forms, but I try
Mhm.
to get it in this natural state. Natural state.
Yeah, yeah. My favorite is the Bragg's apple cider vinegar.
That part, brag.
Yeah.
Yep, yep, yep. That's the only one I would use, brags, because it has
Uh-huh.
the mother in it. It has the mother in it.
Yeah.
Myrrh.
Okay.
Myrrh is another antibiotic, natural antibiotic. It says
Mm.
protect you against anti-respiratory infections
Mm.
and gingivitis.
Wow.
Protect
Okay.
respiratory infections and gingivitis if you take.
Mhm. Wow. Mhm.
Okay.
Sound like some good stuff. Uh-huh. You said help with gingivitis, because gingivitis be seeming like one of those, like something that can't be, uh, like, what's that? It seems like once you have it, like you
Yes.
got it. You
Got
know what I'm
it.
saying? So
That's it.
something that
That's
help
it.
with gingivitis, that sound
Yes.
like some
Yes.
powerful stuff.
Powerful stuff. Some good old myrrh and
Uh-huh.
thyme. Thyme. I like
Okay.
my food. Thyme has
Yeah, I put that in my food too,
sugar
in my
priming.
soups.
Yeah, I love me some good thyme in my food. Yep, yep, yep.
Mhm.
Yep. But we was talking about a lot of like great benefits to like some of these herbal remedies. But again, I can't stress enough that although like a lot of these are like natural antibiotics and stuff,
Mhm.
to treat like different infections and stuff, you do want to consult with a healthcare professional, before mixing it with certain things. Okay.
Absolutely.
And do your research. Do your research. Okay.
Mhm.
They are not like your conventional way of treatments. All right.
That's right. That's right.
Not your conventional way. So definitely do your research and be mindful of potential like side effects mixing it with other things and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so like if you're looking for different things for like natural pain relief that we were talking about, like different like antibiotics, but for like natural pain relief, they said like willow bark, white willow
Mm.
bark is a good
Okay.
pain relief. Boswellia is good for pain relief. Hello,
Okay.
Christopher. Thank you for coming in. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday.
Mhm.
That's a natural pain reliever. Devil's Claw.
Okay. I've never
Natural,
heard of any of these.
right. Natural
Mhm.
pain reliever. Yeah. So yeah, y'all take those go because these some things that can
For
like help,
real.
especially if you're one
Mhm.
that don't like to use like a lot of medications and stuff like
Like
the
me.
Tylenol and the
Yeah.
ibuprofen and stuff like that. These are like other natural alternatives. But again, do your research on it. Do your research on
Mhm.
it. And like
One of
especially
the things. Oh no, I was just going. I had one to add. Valerian.
okay,
Valerian. Yeah.
okay.
And like Cause like some of those, like I haven't really, I haven't really seen those or like heard of them, but like I've heard of valerian. I know valerian is one that's kind of easy to find,
Okay.
but it's like a natural sedative and like sleep aid,
Sleep aid. Okay.
too.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. That's good to know. That's good to know. Good to know. Yeah, because I do appreciate some good natural stuff. I definitely do.
Yeah.
They say feverfew is a natural pain reliever. Fever,
Okay, I heard of that one.
yes. And because
Feverfew. Does it help with fever?
listen, it's natural pain reliever.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that
maybe, huh?
right? Um, turmeric. We were talking about turmeric.
Yeah, turmeric is like the all for
Yes.
everything.
Yeah. Like they said, that's like the mother of the herbs.
Yeah.
Cloves. We talking about cloves. It's a good
Uh-huh.
natural pain reliever. You were talking about the numbing agents and stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
Ginger
Mhm.
relief, like especially I know like if you have like some digestion things going on, you have a tummy ache and stuff like that. I'll pop you some ginger in a minute. Like
Yes.
a lot of herbal essential oils. A lot of herbal essential oils are good for like pain relief. A lot of herbal essential oils. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. But they said like they have like a remedy for like all cures. One herb remedy for all cures. Cures.
Uh-huh.
They call it Pechinacea. Panacea. The word panacea means remedy for all illness.
What's that?
Panacea. The herb.
Panacea.
Yes. It's
Wow.
a remedy that cures all illnesses.
Okay, I'm gonna look that one up.
Yes, panacea.
Mhm.
Panacea. Yes. Yeah. Yup. Yup. Yup.
Panacea. All right, so okay, you said heal all remedies because I'm like, because you know how a lot of times, like we when we go to the doctors when we have a certain symptoms and stuff, and we trying to treat certain symptoms instead of
Mhm.
getting to the root of the
Yeah.
problem. So it seemed
Yeah.
like panacea would be getting straight to like the root
Speak
of
to the group.
things,
Yep. It
you
said cure
know.
all illnesses. Yup.
Yeah,
Yup.
and Dr. Sabi, he used to say that it was like mucus was like the root of like all diseases and stuff like that. So I wonder if panacea like helps to get the mucus out of the body.
Right. Right. Right.
You
Right.
know,
Right.
yeah.
So
How
it's
about that?
we got a lot of great stuff that we could definitely like research and stuff. And but they said there's some herbs that are unhealthy though. We was talking about a lot of the healthy ones, but you want to stay away from the herbs like cat, um KHAT, because it causes like chronic liver dysfunction. So
Oh
stay away from
wow.
your herb that says cat. Stay away from it. All right.
Yeah.
And we talk natural herbal remedies and stuff, natural healing.
Mhm.
If you see something that says kratom, KRATOM, it causes hepatotoxicity
Mm.
body. Okay, so
Yeah. I'm like, why would this stuff even be out and available?
exactly, but it is, and it is.
Wow.
But it said it is an unhealthy herb, so you do not want to touch it. And licorice is not one that you want to really take.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they said because it caused hypolemia,
Uh-huh.
hypertension, arrhythmias, and edema.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
definitely don't want to do that one by itself. Definitely don't want
Right.
to do it by itself, right? Um,
Okay.
and lobelia, which is also considered like a asthma weed or puke weed or
I
vomit
was
wort.
gonna mention lobelia because
Mhm.
all right, because I've been diagnosed with asthma some years ago.
Uh-huh.
All of a sudden it was like at the age of 30, they like, oh, you got asthma, because I actually had an asthma attack. And
Mhm.
I was looking into the herbs and stuff, and that was what I tried, lobelia. So in my experience, I felt like it did help with my lungs, but it also made my stomach hurt.
Mm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it was like, so it was like I used it like in like very small, like instead of taking like a whole capsule or
Mhm.
something, like when I was noticed that I was wheezing or something, I
Mhm.
would just take like a half of it,
Have
instead of the whole thing kind of
okay.
thing. But when I tell you but it did help my lungs, but
Okay.
it would also like make my stomach hurt, You know what I
stomach
mean?
hurt.
But what else did they say about lobelia?
Yeah, but it says it causes toxicity, rapid heartbeat, hypertension, coma, even death.
Wow. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's what I say. It's like, like don't like don't do too much of it. That's one of those things. Like I
Yes.
said, like it's like it helped and it's like and I kind of keep it around, you know what I'm saying? But I haven't used it in years.
Mm.
So yeah, so now saying that my mind was just like Janae, you know that the bottle you probably have is expired. That bottle I got that expired probably 2 years ago. I need to just throw it away. But
Yeah.
but I used to just keep it around like for like just in case because I didn't want to use the asthma medicine, you know what I mean? Because it's like just like medicine and stuff, there's the risk.
Right.
And
Yes.
and they was telling me like when I read, all the stuff about the asthma medicine, it was like that using an inhaler can cause breathing problems.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, like I'm trying to heal. It can
I'm
cause the
healed.
thing that I'm trying to heal. So I'm like, okay, that sounds like a terrible cycle. And
Right. Exactly.
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Yes.
so that's what I was thinking with the herbs. It's like, it's still it's like it's a benefit and it's a risk,
Right.
at the same time with some of
Right.
those. Like
Right.
lobelia, that's one of those. I'm
Yep.
glad you mentioned it because I was thinking about it earlier, you know.
Right. Yeah. So that's one that you definitely want to like be mindful of because of the adverse effects that it can have on you.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. But they said like, what is the mother of all herbs? We talked about the king of all herbs. We talked about the
The
queen of all
queen.
herbs. The king, the queen. Now they said the mother of all herbs is called Plachanthus ambionicus.
Huh.
Though that is the mother. It's also called like a Mexican mint, like a
Okay, I was about to say where we find that at.
or
So
a
it's like
Cuban.
another mint family.
Yep, Mexican mint or Cuban oregano.
Mm.
The mother of all herbs. It has a lot of medicinal properties, and,
Okay.
and they use these a lot to the for like flavor. They do.
Mm.
First with flavor, but it has a lot of medicinal properties, and they call that the mother of all herbs. Mother,
Okay.
yes, 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 yes. So yeah, so if you're looking for ask for like Mexican mint or ask for like Cuban oregano. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yep. So, but they said that like, yeah, like they used it for like soothing like your coughs and like sore throats and stuff. You might use it for like insomnia, like indigestion, even asthma or viruses.
Mm.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
wow. Where
yes,
you get that from?
yes. So we would definitely have to research that. Definitely
Yes.
have to that. Yeah, because it's considered a Mexican mint or Cuban oregano. Yes.
Okay.
They said it's a mint. It's very minty, and it has like an oregano like flavor into it.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah. So
Okay.
when you're doing your research, look for let's say what's the give me the Mexican mint.
All right.
The Mexican mint. But
Look,
yeah,
I
but
get a little of that Mexican mint, please.
yes, give me a little bit. Yeah. So we have talked about like all kinds of different like herbal remedies and natural healing, like their healing properties and stuff. Again, we are not doctors,
No, we're
but
not.
I can talk from like experience from using
Uh,
like the different herbs and their
exactly.
stuff. But yes, but it's a lot of benefits to a lot of these natural herbs and stuff. Like it's an alternative to
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of like these chemicals and medicines and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, definitely like do your research. Do not take it excessively. Do not take it more than the recommended dosages and things and
Mm-hmm.
mix it stuff.
Yeah, I
Especially,
like those, like those ones that are, like I said, like, risk free and stuff, that things that you can take every day that just add to your
yeah,
health,
yes,
that just help boost your immune system, like you said, like the garlic, the
yes,
ginger,
and,
some honey, I mean, turmeric, stuff like that, things that you can just like add in on a
yeah,
daily basis, putting it with your food and stuff like that, and it'll give you, these little boosts and
yes,
stuff, yeah,
yes,
the parsley, the mint, the basil,
Yes.
you know. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
Lot of benefits to it. Like these are things that I incorporate daily. If not all of these things, at least in some capacity, I'm incorporating.
Right.
Just to
Yeah.
incorporate. Yes, yes. And I was talking about the oil oregano. I mean,
Mhm.
this was a game changer. When I got my hands
Yes.
on him, this was definitely a game changer for me. But yeah, we shared a lot of information with you guys. We
Yeah.
are from the USA. Yes, we're from USA. Yeah, we still shared a lot of information with you guys. So again, like do your research on a lot of these things that we shared, and see if it will work for you. Okay.
Yeah,
But you
yeah. Check it out and add to the comments.
Right. Yeah. See the benefits of it. Some of you may have tried it. Some of you may not even heard of some of these things. But yes, but it's a lot of natural things out here. A lot of natural things
Mhm.
out here. A lot of different alternatives. Yeah. But that was our topic today. Herbal remedies and natural healing. Natural healing.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Autumn Parker. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yes, yes. Yeah. But that was our sister talk live for today.
Mhm.
I hope that you have a takeaway from it. I hope you have a takeaway from it. I hope that we were able to answer some questions and give you some insight on some other alternatives. We get
Mhm.
to Sundays at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
And I always say, you never know what we're gonna talk about. We pick different topics and we just, discuss it. And we hope that you get
Yeah.
a lot from the conversation. We do. I appreciate the hearts. I appreciate the hearts. I know that you could have been anywhere on these YouTube streets today. You could have been, but you were a part of
Uh-huh.
today, and forever grateful. Always grateful for you being here. Always grateful for you
Yeah.
being here. Yes, appreciate you so much. And if you have not done anything for yourself today, please do something for you. Please do something for you. Yep. Very important. Do something for you. Do something for you.
Yes.
And we hope to see you next Sunday. I'm
Yes, we
TB.
do. I'm
Hi,
Goddess
TB. Thank
Janae.
you for
Hey.
I'm TB from TB's Life, and that's my sister Janae Goddess Life from Artistic Healing Expressions. I always tell you, she gonna get you right. She all about this is her arena. This is her arena. Always talking
Yes.
about the natural stuff and natural healing. Yes, she will get you right. Energy healing.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Super Chat. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, yes, she will definitely get you right. She is definitely
Mhm.
holistic queen. The holistic queen. Yes, she does. Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
but we hope to see you next Sunday. So in the meantime, I hope you have a great week.
Yes.
Rest of your week. Look forward to talking to you on Sunday. All
See
right.
ya.
Everybody
Yes.
have a great rest of your day. All right.
Peace.
See you guys.
Bye.